Hey everybody, it's another me out in the wilderness project video log. I don't know, this is going to be more of just a rambling kind of collection of thoughts just because I don't know about the rest of you, but the past couple of weeks, months have been unbelievably soul crushing um, regarding the state of the world and the selfishness and violence that we just continually kind of inflict on each other. And I am not touting my own horn on this, but I am a very empathetic person with regards to that kind of stuff. And when you just have tragedy after tragedy mount up day after day, even if it has nothing to do with you personally, I can't help but feel weighed down by that to some degree. And it certainly has affected my mood. It's affected my output of creativity and material. And I know I did a similar kind of video log about this a couple of months ago, saying that whatever I could kind of offer to myself, if not anybody else, that would be worth it. Apologies for the jet. And I guess at this point, what I wanted to just kind of say was talk a little bit briefly about what's been kind of pulling me through, especially this past week after what happened, not just in Buffalo and California, but Texas, and going on with regards to a lot of civil liberties and basic human rights, and the dismaying shift that's occurring. What's been kind of keeping me on the even keel in terms of things I enjoy, creative things, entertaining things. Certainly repeated watchings of Camera Person. I did a video, a little brief, little mini essay editorial on how much I love that film, and just its honesty and being able to just convey essentially this, to be able to just convey reality of the moment for what it is. I guess the objectivity and the subjectivity of it combined, if that makes any sense. I've been watching a lot of Star Trek lately. The older original series films, a couple of episodes of the original series here and there. First Contact, which is my favorite next gen film. The Abrams and the Justin Lin film, which honestly I enjoy them for what they are, but especially Beyond is my favorite, most recent Trek thing. And I'm not a diehard Star Trek fan or anything like that. And I checked out not just the first episode of the new series, Strange New Worlds, but also completed the first 2 seasons of The Orville, which I didn't think I was going to like just because I felt it was going to be just a hollow send-up of Star Trek stuff from Seth MacFarlane. But it turns out this might be the most optimistic product or optimistic show or expression he's ever put out there, I feel. I guess I've just been searching for that, the optimism. And that's something that, especially that particular style of science fiction in the style of Star Trek and just Star Trek in and of itself, even if it goes really bizarre or really weird like it does with some of the newer material, or even if there is a little bit more of an action or horror type of shift or focus, there's always this core element of optimism for the future that I always end up finding myself responding to and yearning for, especially during these times where I find it very hard to find optimism in the world around me at large. Star Trek has been that escapism for me. But not only that, it's been sort of the creative expression that has gotten me planning out some things for the future, which I'll just maybe briefly touch upon here. I'm going to be doing quite a bit of traveling this summer, and I hope that my traveling will be represented through my work here, through some ideas I might have while I'm visiting different places. One, perhaps in the midsummer, especially, which I consider to be a pretty daunting project, but I want to see if I can pull it off. Something along the lines of what I submitted for Joel Haver's Oscars shoot a movie during the Oscars contest, where it's a little bit of a narrative mixed in with a little bit of improvisation and trying to be more of a just honest documentary more than anything scripted. There might be some small scripted moments here and there just to establish perhaps atmosphere or tone that I want to go for with this particular project, but for the most part, I just want it to be sort of just an honest what's captured in the moment on camera and work with that and branch off of that. And then I do want to try some other projects as well this summer when I find I might have the time for them. You're probably going to see a lot of me out in nature, especially as the weather gets nicer. And that's just because, I feel this changes things up a little bit from the typical background surrounded by all my media that you usually see on the other video logs or reviews here. But this has just been a very difficult time to process, let's say. Not just with regards to things going on in my own personal life, which thankfully, I am thankful that there aren't a lot of wildfires I have to put out in my own personal life these days. But then I find that's when I end up focusing a lot of my empathy and a lot of my grief towards what's just going on in the world at large, which I'm sure a lot of us out there are, especially a lot of creative people. It's very hard for us to perhaps completely shut down from the news and the horrific things that take place in our larger global community. Which is good, because that means we're still human, right? I've been doing a lot of crying these past few weeks in response to all the terrible stuff. And I think finally I'm done crying, at least for now. Even if tomorrow another shooting happens, or another country is overtaken, or another piece of life-saving legislation is swept aside, I think I'm done sitting with a period of mourning. And while I might still feel saddened by things or pissed off, I got to motivate now. So hopefully this is the beginning of some more motivation. I know a lot of these might feel repetitive, this whole up and at 'em, Mike. That's just what I need to do. I hope you're all doing things that you need to do for yourselves to stay motivated, to stay healthy, to stay inspired. Anything you can offer yourself to take away from how terrible the world can be. Anything you can offer yourself to remind yourself of how beautiful the world can be too. I know I sound like a Hallmark card right now, but there's merit to that on some level. So, hope you enjoy the things to come from me, and I look forward to the things to come from all of you. See ya.